Hello, welcome to my channel. If you are new here, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. To my subscribers, welcome back. Hey girls, hey. No, for real. But today's video is going to be a question and answer to my 151 day NICU stay. Now, I have had so much feedback, good feedback at that, from this video. So if you have not seen the 151 day NICU stay, please pause, go watch, and come on back. I have so many people that have had so many questions after watching that video. I have had so many people send me just heartwarming messages after watching that video. Like, the list goes on. So I really wanted to answer most of the questions that people have. Y'all know that when I do these videos, my biggest thing is to educate people. I feel like after each video, I always want to make sure that you have actually learned something that you probably didn't know, and that's really why I do this. Like, my goal really is to educate people and just bring awareness. I don't know too many people that have went through what I went through. And when you're going through having a micro preemie, even just a preemie, you really feel alone, again, because this is something that I feel like women don't really speak on, and in which I kind of understand, because it's traumatizing. And it's so much. Like, the list goes on to, like, the things that you go through with having a baby in a NICU. So again, I just really wanted to answer most of the questions that people have. And I actually wrote these questions down. Now, again, I'm not technically answering every last question that I have been asked, but I feel like the questions that I have chose pretty much get straight to the nitty-gritty, and it really does answer just the overall. So let's just get into it. The first question that I have is, what is the name of your condition? Now, another thing before I get into answering questions, I want to say that I'm going to answer these questions the best way I can, and kind of the shortest way I can, for me to just let you guys understand, because I have been through so much. I have researched so much. I have talked to so many doctors and nurses to the point where I can kind of talk about this all day long, and that's what we're not going to do. So I want to, again, just kind of answer these questions the best way I can for you guys to understand. I'm not going to be using all these big words, because, again, you don't know. So you know what I'm saying? I want to try to just inform people, short and simple, pretty much. So again, what is the name of your condition? Now, for me, I had a bad placenta. Now, I want to say, I'm not sure of the correct term that it would be of the condition, but with a bad placenta, so many things can go wrong. Like, the list of things that can go wrong it's a lot. You get placenta eruption. In my case, lack of blood flow. My daughter was barely getting blood from me to her. And with your placenta, that helps, that give your baby everything that it needs to survive, pretty much. So if you have a bad placenta, it's like you can have your baby at any time. And I want to say, again, since I've had her and since she's been home, I'm actually in NICU mom groups. And the most important thing that I do want to say while I'm speaking on this question is, so many women go through this. It is unreal. Like, again, when you're going through it, you feel like you're the only person. But when I tell you, 90% of these women that's in this group literally had their babies early due to something being wrong with their placenta. And that's just, this is very, very common. So again, for me, I had a bad placenta. My daughter had lack of blood flow. My doctor had told me that my placenta was so bad, like it was like shredded, like it was barely functioning. I had to actually take baby aspirins, which again, a lot of women have to do this while they're pregnant. And it technically, the aspirins, like it kind of just help your placenta keep pumping, keep moving. You have to take them daily, and it helps the blood flow. It tries to create more blood flow from you to the baby through the placenta. Again, I had a short cervix, which I had to put a pill up my private part every day, every night. But my placenta was so bad to the point that my short cervix was like the least of my worries. And a short cervix is actually common as well. I know women who's either had to take the pill like I did, or they actually get shots. They have someone come to their house and give them a shot. And that's to keep your cervix stable. Because say for instance, if I only had just a bad cervix, then my baby could have came early from, you know, natural birth, pushing her out. She still could have came early. But with a bad placenta, it was more so of, okay, we need to get her out and see if she's able to survive outside of the womb, because she's barely surviving inside of the womb, if that answers your question. And with the same, the second question is pretty much the same. What causes your condition, and is it preventable? So I kind of answered that with the first. It's not preventable. Again, it's very much common. A lot of women go through this. A lot of women have bad placentas and have to do, again, take aspirins to keep them, or they have their baby early. Like for me, I had my baby at 28 weeks. I know women in this group that have had their baby at 23 weeks. So again, I do not think it's preventable, you know. And you can also look this up. Please, you know what I'm saying, if you want to know more about this, please look up, like, you can really type in bad placentas in Google, and you will see that it's like a list of things that could go wrong with that. So the third question is, does Dakota see a specialist at this time? So yes, she does. With my placenta being bad, my daughter had, and I kind of missed this. So with my placenta being bad, it caused my daughter to have FGR, which is fetal growth restriction. And again, it's fetal growth restriction. With that, it was only her body. So it's another thing. It's another condition that could possibly happen to your child from having a bad placenta, which is called IUGR. Now that is pretty much kind of like the same thing. It's restriction of growth, but it can also have your child. It can also, you know, make your child have like retardation, pretty much. And this is kind of hard to talk on. So, again, it's called IUGR, and I'm gonna put the IUGR on the bottom because I am not sure how to pronounce the first word. So with that, pretty much the easiest way for me to explain it is your baby can either stop body growth completely, or it can stop body growth and brain growth. Okay, so with my daughter, she was, you know, thank God we was blessed. She only had fetal growth restriction. So it's only just her body. Brain-wise, her brain is just fine. She is a normal child, normal functioning child. She is just super, super tiny. Like, you all know, if you follow me on social media, right now she is technically 13 months, but she really looked like she's like 7 or 8 months. Like, and I feel like from pictures, people can't really tell. You know, she looked way bigger than what she actually is on pictures. But if you see her in person, you'll be like, oh my God, like, she is so small. So again, she see a therapist. Yes, she does. She see her occupational therapist, which he actually helps us to strengthen her body. He helps us to teach her how to stand up. He helped us sit up on her own. sit on her knees. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right now we're working on crawling. Like, she's able to get in crawling position on her own. She's able to get out of crawling position on her own. She kind of got the grasp of crawling, but I feel like her bones is still so fragile to the point where she's not able to put a lot of weight on her bones for a long period of time. So that's the only reason why technically she's not crawling in my eyes. Now I also want to say, just imagine your child being in a hospital for 8 months of their life laying on their back. Now, again, my daughter was in a hospital for 8 months. So from the baby that she is now to how she was in a hospital is literally like night and day. Like, the things that she can do now, it blows my mind. Like, seriously, she's able to, she don't even know how to crawl yet, walk, or stand up, and she know how to get off the couch by herself. She know how to get out the bed by herself. Now once she's out of there, only God knows. Like, I'm telling you, we kind of living in fear right now with her, because she is like so active. Like, she wants to move around and she want to do her own thing, and I'm blessed, I'm thankful, you know, for that, because again, she was laying down for 8 months. She also will be seeing speech therapy soon, which they pretty much kind of help her, because again, if you know, she has a G tube, so she get fed through her stomach. They will be helping us pretty much feed by mouth, but I'm not gonna lie, I feed my daughter applesauce by mouth. Her doctor knows. I go off more so mom instinct, and I feel like when my daughter showed me that she was ready to eat by mouth, I got on it. You know what I'm saying, I did. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do this now and I'm gonna talk to the doctor later. I make sure I set her up, you know, I still do the things that I was taught so that she's not choking. I make sure that she's hooked up to her machine, so just in case she do choke, I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still do what I'm supposed to do as feeding her, but yes, she get fed applesauce every single day. She love it. She actually to the point where she cries for it. So that's another reason why the speech therapist is coming in as well, because as a mom going through this, you have to be on them, and I'm just being honest. You have to be on them. I remember a lady told me when she first came, oh, until she's off oxygen, we won't be trying to feed her by mouth. Oh, really? No, you will be. And I'm sorry, but you're not gonna keep holding my daughter up from having a normal life. You know what I'm saying? No, she's ready to eat, and you know what I'm saying, her doctor agreed with me. Again, I talked to her doctor. Me and her doctor is very close. And I'm like, I told him after I started feeding her, I'm like, no, she's ready to eat. Like, just because she's on oxygen does not mean that she don't know how to fully function to swallow. Like, make it make sense. And he agreed as well. So I am one of the moms. I am not gonna lie. I do not play about my baby. I don't play about her growth. I don't play about, you know, getting her to the point to normal, you know, whatever that may be for her. I do what I need to, pretty much. The next question is, again, besides being a preemie, does she has any health issues that will affect her later in life? So again, technically, her doctor feel like by 2 years old, she will have grown out of everything that she's going through. But far as being realistic, I feel like maybe she may have asthma, you know what I'm saying, because her lungs is not normal lungs. Like, it's not a normal baby lung. She was only 1 pound when she was born, so you know, we can only imagine how small her lungs was. So I do feel like, you know, she could possibly have asthma, the same pretty much thing that really any preemie mom have to worry about. A common cold is not as common for her. Like a common cold could put her in the hospital, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that would be something that we will always have to worry about. But other than that, no, she doesn't have anything wrong with her brain. She may be smaller than the norm, but really, honestly, if you ever met me, you know I'm small too. Pretty much everybody in my family is small. So other than that, other than possibly having asthma or, you know, thing like that, she really doesn't have anything that will affect her later in life. The next question is, how did you mentally prepare yourself for her arrival? Okay, so the easiest way I can kind of explain this, and you probably hear her toys in the background. The easiest way that I can explain this is kind of with a short story. So again, if you watched the 151-day NICU Stay video, then you will see in that video that I also said that I was on bed rest by 13 weeks. And when I'm talking about, I'm talking strict bed rest, like I couldn't wash the dishes, I couldn't sweep, I couldn't vacuum, like I couldn't clean the tub, like absolutely nothing. It was like either you lay in bed or you lose your child. So, and that was early on. So I remember one day I was leaving out of a doctor's appointment, in which when you're high risk, you go to the doctor every week, sometimes 2 to 3 times a week. So I was leaving out the doctor's appointment. I was crying like normal. And I was telling her dad what was going on, because he never missed a doctor's appointment, but at the specialist, he could only wait outside. He couldn't come in. So I'm coming outside and I'm telling him, I'm bawling, crying, telling him what's going on with Dakota. And I promise you, they tell you like the worst of the worst. Like, they was telling me that she wasn't going to make it. Stuff was wrong with her face. Like she had, you know, just so many things was wrong with her. So I remember coming out and I told him, I was telling him what they said. And he was like, you know what, I'm going to tell you this. I want my baby. I don't care how she come. I don't care what she look like. I want my daughter. And I told him I feel the exact same way. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what's to come. I just want my daughter. I prayed on it. I talked to God and I told God the same thing. I don't care what she comes with. I just want my baby. And from that day on, I promise you, I was mentally prepared. Now, did I know that I was going to have her so early, or, you know what I'm saying? You could never prepare yourself for a NICU stay. And I want to make that very clear. You could never prepare yourself for a NICU stay. But far as accepting that I may not have a normal child, accepting the fact that she's small, like I had already accepted those things, and I had put myself mentally to where I was like, okay, again, whatever comes with her, I'm accepting that. So that's pretty much how I Jesus. That's pretty much how I mentally prepare myself. Like me and him had that conversation, and again I talked to God about it, and I was prepared. Like now going through the NICU and everything like that, that is a whole nother ball game. I promise you, I was suicidal, and I am being transparent. When it comes to my daughter, I try to be as transparent as possible. I was so suicidal. I have never experienced nothing like that in my life. I was so depressed. I was depressed on a whole nother level. Like so many things. I promise you, I went through it. Like I've always been that strong, the strong one out the family. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it was so, like, for me to go through all these things, I was like, what is going on with me? Like, I was not, when they say that postpartum depression, it is like a, what's the word I'm looking for? A chemical imbalance. And it is seriously, I did not know myself no more. Like, and I started telling my sister, I said, you know, when people say that they suicidal or something is wrong with them, people need to take this more seriously, because this stuff is serious. Like, I was seriously like off my rocker. Only thing that I knew was that I wanted to be there for my daughter, because I never wanted her to feel alone. So every day, if I didn't do nothing else, and I promise you, if I didn't do nothing else, I made sure I was at the hospital with my baby. But I told God so many times, if you take my daughter, I'm coming with her. And I'm being honest. I told him so many times, if you take my baby, I am coming with her. And I really, what I was going through at that time, I really believed that I was dead serious. Like, I was serious. And again, the next question is, how did you prepare yourself mentally for bringing her home? So after a total of 8 months in the hospital, I was so ready to take my baby home. Again, the same kind of ball game. Whatever she comes with, my baby had 5 machines. Now, she don't need these machines to survive, but she have her oxygen. She does. She have her concentrator. We have multiple oxygen oxygen tanks. Sorry, we have multiple oxygen tanks, but she have her concentrator, which is also oxygen. She has her compressor, which is a cool mist, and it keep her moist in the inside while she sleep through her trach. She has her sleep apnea machine. She has her post-ox machine. Both of those last 2 machines, it actually track her heart rate and her oxygen flow, so we'll know if her heart rate is going down or if it's too high, or anything like that. It let us know what's going on in the inside. She also has her treatments, which is like, it's kind of like the same treatments that they give asthma patients. So again, she have her treatment. So that's 5 total. She have 5 machines, and yes, I was ready. Whatever we need to do, train me, train her dad, train us up so we can get her up out of here, take her home. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was mentally prepared. If I wasn't nothing else, I was mentally prepared to take her home. So I'm not sure what number this is, y'all. I'm kind of lost with that. But the next question is, any advice for moms going through the same situation? So with this question, I want to say, number 1, ask questions. Ask as many questions as you need to. Never go home feeling like you don't know what's going on. Because truthfully honest, like, even when you know what's going on, you really don't know what's going on. And that's just that's just the truth. But I say ask as many questions as you need to ask. I say fight for your kid. And when I say, I told a mom this before, because one thing about it, when you're in a NICU, like for us, I almost lost my baby technically 3 times. I almost lost her 3 times. We did, because her dad was there too. We almost lost her 3 times. I want to say she's maybe had about 4 blood transfusions. What else? We have been told to prepare ourselves for her homegoing. We have been told to make arrangements for her, and I'm being, again, this is just me being honest. And I want to say, most importantly, never give up. And I told another mom this because I'm truthfully honest, and this is me being, again, I'm being transparent. The hospital is just as transparent. They will literally tell you, like, I done been told, I promise you, her doctor said in my face and said, it's nothing else that I can do for her. Nothing else. If she do not turn around on her own, there is nothing else that I can do for her. My baby was on the max of everything. She was on 100% oxygen, 20% nitrogen. Like, she was on the max of everything for a while. And again, they told us plenty of times, like, It's nothing else. And you know what I told them? If my baby heart stopped on her own, I can accept that. But if not, you better keep all these machines pumping, keep them all going, because I had faith in my daughter, and that's one thing. You have to have faith in your child. I never lost faith. 8 months strong, I never lost faith in my baby. Now, and I told another mom this, and I promise you, she came back to me later, and she was like, she thanked me so many times and told me that she felt like God was talking to her through me, because they told her the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying, you might want to give up. And I told her, don't let them give up on your child. So that's number one. Have faith, never give up. Another thing, even when it comes to family, friends, nobody understand what you're going through. And I promise you this, I am not the only mom. They try to understand, but they really don't. And again, I'm in a NICU moms group, and it's so many moms that they voice of like what they sister done said to them, or what they family done said to them. And I felt the same way. They don't understand, and it's easy to be like, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need that. Listen here, my baby was in a hospital for 8 months. I didn't work. I barely ate, didn't sleep for 8 months. I was right there by her side, and I had a whole home. You know what I'm saying? I had my house, paying rent cash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything. And when my baby came home, regardless of what happened, my whole house was furnished. My baby had everything that she needed. You know what I'm saying? More than everything that she needed. And of course, people can say what they want to say. They're going to always have their opinions. But I did what was best for me mentally, made sure that I was sane to be there for my child. And that was all that mattered to me. I'm going to figure it out. Whatever else I got to do, I'm going to figure it out. And I figured it out. That's one thing about it. So again, do what's best for you. Don't let nobody tell you absolutely nothing, because they will never understand. Never understand. Unless they walking in your shoes, unless they, and most of the time, I promise you, them ones that gonna go through it later on in life, they gonna come back around. They gonna come back around, because it's real. This is real. Like, it's hard. And people, like I said, I told my sister plenty of times, when somebody say that they depressed, take it seriously. When somebody say that they are suicidal, stop thinking that, oh, you just so strong that you will never go through this. Because I used to be that person. I was so strong all the time. When I was suicidal, I was like, what? Like, I was checking myself, like, what is wrong with you? Like, it's real. Depression is real. Being suicidal is real. You really have these thoughts. And again, take it seriously. When somebody say that they going through something, take it seriously. I cannot stress that enough. So, yes, that's my advice for these moms. Keep the faith. Don't stop fighting. Don't let nobody tell you nothing. Either they there to support you or not. That's it. And the very last question is, are you able to have more kids? Yes, I am. And that's why I've been having this pillow here, because I am pregnant right now. I don't know if you can see, but I'm expecting, hold on, let me try to get up just a little bit, just so y'all can see. No, I'm moving the table. Yes, I am. I'm expecting right now. So, and I've been hiding this, y'all. I've been hiding this. I am actually, right now, I will be, I think 15 weeks by the time this video drops. I am huge. I'm happy, because I feel like I was never with Dakota. I did not get this big until I had her, to like 6 months. So, and again, right now I'm only 15 weeks, which is like, I'm in my second trimester. So, and I'm not going to say that I was really just like hiding this pregnancy, but I was like so in denial. Like, I promise you, I was like in denial to the point I'm like, I am not pregnant. Like, I put it to the side. I didn't want to deal with it, because again, now I went to my first doctor's appointment last week. I have an appointment this week. I think the day I'm gonna drop this video, I have an appointment, so I'm gonna shoot footage for that doctor's visit. But yes, I was so in denial, and now I'm back to doctor's appointments every week. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really sure. This week coming up, I'm actually going to be able to set up my appointment for my specialist, get more down to the nitty-gritty to see, you know, is everything going on with this baby. But I will say that I went to the emergency on January 5th. And that was the day that I actually accepted the fact that I was pregnant. January 5th, y'all. So I went to the emergency, and they actually did like a full-on, like the doctor kind of really, you know, went in, and he told me that the baby is growing just fine. Everything looked good, and I promise you, this baby is so much bigger. Like, when I seen my baby on camera, I bawled crying. Like, this baby is so much bigger than Dakota was, like, you know, this far along. So I'm truly thankful for that. But I want to say, you know what I'm saying, positive prayers. Keep me in prayer, because Dakota didn't stop growing until she was 21 weeks. So, you know, we still got some time to go, but from right now, everything is all good. But I am going to take you guys on this journey. So again, thank you for watching this video. Now you guys know we are expecting again. Baby number 2 is on the way. If you have any questions, again, let me know. Leave them at the bottom in the comments. I'm sorry, leave them in the comments. If you follow me on social media, you can always DM me or inbox me, and, you know, ask me any type of questions, and we could do a part 2. And yes, I'm going to take you guys on this new pregnancy journey with me as well. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. Love you guys. See you girls again.